You're listening to the John and Heidi Show, now featuring the wit and wisdom of Dan Farris.
Okay, dudes, let's walk this sucker.
On Sunny 93.3.
Sunny 93.3, thank you so much for listening to the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Mr. Dan Farris joining us right now. How you doing, Dan?
Hey, I am doing really, really well. Thank you for asking. And again, thanks for letting me be a part of this show.
Yeah, we're glad to have you here.
They should pick me up on the side of the road a few months ago and go, say, didn't you used to be Dan Farris?
You look very cold and lonely.
You look a little rough there, pal. Here's a pork chop. Get in the trunk.
Had one of those leashes from the shelter that we slowly tightened around his neck and guided him into the vehicle.
Tricked him into this little crazy morning program.
Hey, if you recall, I think it was the first week in February, United States Navy commissioned a brand new USS South Dakota, this time submarine fashion. Remember, it's a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
This happens to be Submarine Day.
Is it really?
Oh.
Here is why. It was this day in 1900 that our government paid for the first commissioned submarine for the United States Navy.
That's
cool.
really cool.
The USS Holland.
You know, there was actually there were submarines in the Civil War.
There were submarines before that. In fact, I'm glad you brought that up, John. You think it's probably a fairly new technology. Very first submarine was built by Cornelius Drebbel. Corny Drebbel, back in 1620.
Wow.
No joke.
Whoa.
Can you hear his hustle for that? I need half a dozen good men who want to drown.
It was not a safe thing back then by
still
any
isn't.
means.
Not
No,
really.
it was really not safe back then.
I think it's one of those things where anymore, when you see one, especially seeing some of the interior shots and whatnot of that brand spanking new USS South Dakota, but I still look at it and I go, you know what? I don't think I could be in that. I'm just not,
couldn't.
I'm not wired for that.
No,
Yeah.
no, me neither. And hats off to all of the men and women who serve
Amen.
underwater out there.
Absolutely.
In a submarine. You know, wherever you serve, that's awesome. But boy, can you even imagine just being surrounded by water on all sides, up, down,
And you
left,
can
right?
be in those little
Long
vessels
time.
for a long, long
yeah.
time. Man,
Yeah.
it's pretty crazy. So, hey, the greatest nation on God's green earth did not happen by accident on behalf of the Army, Navy, Air Force, Coast Guard, Marines. You're welcome, America.
There you go. Coming up, we've got Manly Man on the way.
Is your credit card a good fit for you? How did you even get the card you have now? Was it mailed to you? Those are usually the worst cards. They typically have higher fees and rates. Someone has to pay all that postage to mail out millions of cards every day. If you like a better credit card, check out the website bettercreditcards.net. This is a great place to find the cards that are usually a better fit for you. bettercreditcards.net. That's bettercreditcards.net.
Sunny 93.3, time now for manly men doing manly things in a manly fashion.
Manly men are we.
You guys ever come across an accident or have one of your kids cut themselves pretty bad, relative to that kind of, it's almost, some people can deal with it, some people can't.
Some people can deal with it. I'm pointing at me. Some people can't. I'm going to point at Heidi.
If it's my kids, I can't. If it was somebody else, I would be
Some
fine.
stranger maybe, yeah.
That's
but
interesting.
Yeah.
Our daughter poked herself with a knife.
Oh, my God. I thought I was going to lose
She had
it.
this little toy, like, fake bottle. It had some sort of candy in it. And the candy was gone. And then she just had a little bottle. And there was a dimple where, like, on the nipple thing that you would suck on a real bottle. But it's just a dimple, plastic, hard lid for this thing. Well, she goes in and grabs a steak knife. She's holding this bottle in her hand. And then she's jabbing the steak knife into the top of this, trying to poke a hole. Well, then it
trying to make it
slips.
so she could drink out of it.
Oh, okay.
She stabs herself right in this meaty little part between the finger and the thumb, that
Blood
little web.
everywhere. It
And
was
then
a
she's shaking
tiny
her hand.
little, yeah, it was a tiny little
Some
cut.
blood's flying.
But blood's on the walls and the ceiling.
A
and
sprinkler of blood in my kitchen.
he's in there trying to help her. I'm cleaning up blood off of the floor because I couldn't even look at it. And my first thought was, oh my God, if she ever turns up missing and they come in here with luminol, we're arrested.
She knows the name for the
We
chemical.
watch way too much Forensic Files.
So our manly tip of the day is how to tie a tourniquet.
Oh,
yeah.
How to
Anything you
correctly, and not just how to correctly tie it, but there's also timing involved.
Yeah.
You don't want to tie off a tourniquet too tight and let it sit there
And
for
leave
hours
it there,
and hours
yep.
because that's
Lose an arm.
bad. That can be deadly.
Yeah.
So again, tutorials. And I remember my friend Rex Bowman at a house party one night went through the sliding patio glass door.
Oh, wow.
I watched him go through. His arms went right through it, and as soon as they went through, I grabbed him by his belt and said, "Don't move. Do not pull your arms back." Which he immediately did. And that's where the cut happened. I mean, blood everywhere. But, while everybody else was freaking out, I was just mellow and just kind of tied Rex off. And, well, frankly, I put him out in the shed, and he may very well be there. And this was back in 77. But
you're getting blood on the road.
But the tourniquets looked mighty good.
I bet they did. You've got to know when to loosen them and then retighten them and all of that.
There's an art to it. There definitely is. Yep.
That is definitely not something I thought I was going to learn today, but I'm glad that I did. So now we know how to tie a tourniquet. Today's manly tip from Mr. Manly himself, Dan Farris.
Do you have a pretty good sense of humor? You might like this. Early in the morning each day and every day, we share something weird to make people laugh at weirdgiftoftheday.com. You don't need to sign up for anything. You don't even need to spend a penny. Just follow the page on Facebook and get a smile to start each day when we share the weird gift of the day. Not on Facebook? That's okay. You can see the weird gifts on our website too. weirdgiftoftheday.com. That's weirdgiftoftheday.com.
Sunny 93.3, time now for Water Cooler Talk, brought to you by Aqua One. The stuff we talk about before we go on the air just kind of cracks me up.
It's, well, you got to warm up. You got to see what's going on. There's just ugliness. It's Sioux Falls, honest to goodness, got to be the most dangerous city in the nation.
Oh, I don't think it's even close to the most dangerous city in the nation. What happened now?
Well, if you travel in the circles, I do, John.
Well, I'll try to steer clear of those.
Pretty unbelievable. This was just the other night. A guy got stabbed at the Arena Motel out in Russell.
Oh, wow.
Home of the 1 hour Happy Nap. Well, just one of your options here in Sioux Falls.
What?
With a pen. A pen.
Is he okay?
I guess it was a pen, but apparently they knew each other. This was a woman and a guy, Arena Motel, and something was going on. They weren't getting along, and then she picked up a pen and let him have it.
No kidding.
Let him have it, yeah. So
wow. That happy hour didn't end so happy.
It did not, and police are looking into it, but this isn't the first time that kind of thing has happened. And now, and I have this absolutely on no authority, and I may be making all this up, but Teresa Staley and Pat Starr are looking into doing some kind of regulation on writing instruments.
On pens?
Kind of a ban thing, especially like pens at banks, because a lot of those will come with a chain.
Oh, those are extremely dangerous.
Double trouble.
Yeah.
Especially those pens like convenience stores that have maybe a piece of plastic silverware taped to them so they don't roll off the counter.
I always thought that was kind of funny to
Things
do
like that are going on. So
yeah.
But the flowers are probably still okay.
If they tape a flower on there?
Yeah.
Yeah, those are probably fine.
Those are probably fine.
I think those are pretty. But that just makes me want to steal that pen. I wouldn't have stolen the pen if it was just a boring old pen. But the second you attach a flower to it, I'm like, hey, this thing's fair game now.
If somebody took the trouble, it's a custom pen.
It's a pretty...
Stick it in your lapel and walk out thinking you're a fancy lad.
You stole our pen. I believe I came in with this pen.
Yeah, which leads me to this, which is really sad, and I wasn't going to do it, but I wheeled my car in the other day over to my buddies over at Tire Motive on Marion Road. Yeah. And I'm literally just sitting there at the front counter, and all of a sudden, one of the guys says, speaking of writing instruments, he goes, "Hey, do you know why the pencil smelled?"
Why did the pencil smell?
Because it was a number 2. And I said, dude, that just happened. I said, somehow I'm going to share that on the radio. Well, you can't use my name. And I said, well, no, I can't.
Mike,
no, I can't.
I couldn't do that.
No, and that's the thing. There's only 2 guys up front. It wasn't Mike, but I am not. Just one of those random
Is
deals.
there really a Mike there?
Yeah, oh, yes.
I was just kidding.
Yes, but it wasn't Mike who said that.
What are the odds that I would have guessed one that was there?
That's funny.
Well, hello, Tire Motive. How you guys doing?
That's it for all your automotive service needs and some mighty fine humor.
There you go.
Tell them I sent you. You'll get a receipt for your purchase.
That's always nice. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Mr. Dan Farris.
If drug and alcohol problems are hitting you too close to home, you can get help. It's time for rehab. Your insurance may even cover everything. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. Get help for a drug or alcohol problem within 24 hours. Call now to learn more at 1-800-290-0759. That's 1-800-290-0759. Or get more information at timeforrehab.com.
Sunny 93.3, time now for entertainment news of the day with Mr. Dan Farris.
Because celebrities are fabulous. This is the gift that just keeps on giving. That whole scam with, Varsity Blues. Thank you. Varsity Blues scam. Felicity Huffman appeared in court the other day.
Pled guilty.
Pled guilty. And you know what? Here's the thing. These are serious charges, and I would guess everybody involved in this is going to plead guilty because then there isn't some drawn-out, embarrassing thing, and they're going to get a lesser penalty, whatever that may be.
The thing is, she was just trying to be a good mother. I want my kids to do well in life, and if I had the means to help them, I would help them.
Wrong. Way off base, John. Wrong.
I agree with that. It's wrong.
It's wrong, but she was trying to help.
If they can get in, they get in. If they don't get in, they don't get in.
Well,
Here's
the
that
part
was
of
the place they wanted to go, and somebody at that place is going, hey,
No,
tell you
John.
what, you slide me a little something,
No,
something, and I'll
John,
get your kid in there.
don't do that.
Oh, I love it when John is so incredibly wrong, but he just won't stop.
I'm not
won't stop.
saying that it's right, but I see where they're coming
the jail
from.
time facing all these parents, he hasn't even swayed him a
Here's the
bit.
difference, though. Felicity, she greased some clown $15,000.
Okay.
Lori Laughlin and her husband Mauricio
Massimo.
Yes, him. Almost $500,000 bucks.
Holy
Their kids
cow.
must be idiots.
Well, in this kind of a situation, and there's always limitation statutes depending on crime, there are sentencing guidelines. With what she did, this amount of money, with what went on, it's up to 20 years in the slams.
Whoa.
Are you serious?
If she had prior offenses, been in trouble with the law and everything else, but she doesn't.
Prior offenses meaning what? She greased the kids to get him into daycare? What does that mean?
So this thing is just going to go on and on.
Wow.
And on. So it should
I had
be
no
interesting.
idea it was so major.
I think with Lori Laughlin, who and I wouldn't even know her except every now and again somebody will call me and go, "Hey, are you watching the Hallmark Channel?" No, I'm not. I'm watching the game. Well, Lori Laughlin's on the Hallmark Channel. I think she might do a little time for her husband. I think so. That's a lot of money. That's a big deal.
That is a very big deal.
Yeah, this just seems so weird to me. All of this seems just so random and weird.
I don't know. From Full House to the Big House, John.
So Felicity Huffman only gave $15,000.
Mm-hmm.
So her kid must not be doing too bad. The other people, they don't even know how to put their
I
shoes
guess you look
on,
at
apparently.
Well, the thing is, I think it was both of Laughlin's daughters, and one of them didn't want to be there in the first place because she's a social media influencer.
Yes.
Used to be. Yeah, there are people
not
ditching
anymore.
her accounts now, and everybody's like bailing on her.
Okay, well, she just got some trademark for some beauty line just the other day.
And she lost it from Sephora. She lost it.
Okay, I guess I don't know.
She had it for about 5 minutes, apparently.
Yeah.
Okay, but she did the paperwork for this trademark, and it came back to her being denied because
She doesn't know how to spell
of
nothing.
typos and punctuation. I'm dead serious.
It's like, what did your parents give $500,000 to get you into
this up.
school?
Oh, my
Wait, they
gosh.
did?
But again, and then things happen for that reason. That particular kid, and Jade, I guess, or Olivia Jade, that is her name. It's prompted me to really take a look at my life and now really aspire to be a social media influencer.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think you should be.
That's what I'm going to be.
There you go.
And I do have one little post on YouTube, and I sit there and I point and I go, "Hey, knock that off."
It's a good...
That's all I do. It's on endless loop.
Hey, knock that off.
Knock that off.
I think it's interesting people who are using video study buddies on YouTube. And if they'll do that, they would watch your video. I'm just saying.
I think they should. Because whatever you're up to, man, you should
Knock it
probably
off.
Shouldn't be doing it.
Yeah, you shouldn't be dialing around on YouTube. Go get a life. What are you doing?
We should record
Knock it
that video
off.
today. All right. Thanks for listening to
Get out of your mom's
Entertainment News of the Day with Mr. Dan Farris on Sunny 93.3. Thanks, Dan.
Hey, pleasure's all mine, guys. Thank you.
Coming up, we've got a Dear John letter, and it's kind of a serious one. It's on the way. Thanks for listening to Sunny 93.3.